Hi, this is Alan Shea. We are here in Beverly Hills. We want to thank you so much for joining us today. So stay with us and enjoy today's show. We have here tonight the host of tonight's event who's going to share with us, really, what is tonight all about?
My name is Rama Montakabi, and I just wanted to thank Dr. Lance for having me here today. It was an amazing fundraiser for an amazing cause. It's definitely something that I'm happy to be a part of, and I'm excited to see what comes about.
Wow, well, you almost had every guest list in Beverly Hills here tonight, and I just want to, really thank you and commend you for participating and drawing this kind of crowd here tonight, especially for the purpose of social justice and contributing to the 100 Ferguson. So why don't you give a little bit more of an insight, really, the commitment it took for you to make sure you were going to be here, not just in knowing Dr. Lance, but what do you hope to see out of it in the long run? Because you see how passionate Dr. Lance is.
Oh, absolutely. I hope that in the long run, they get exactly what that they were looking for in this whole thing. I hope they get the funding. I hope that they're able to reach out to all the people that need assistance and whatever it is that's going on. And I'm just really thankful to be a part of it.
Well, I'm glad to see, because she added a nice little flavor and being here, and I just want to thank her so much. So this is Alan Shea signing out with this incredible host of tonight. So stay with us so you can enjoy the show.
Thank you so much. My name is Rama Montakabi. I am an actress and an entrepreneur as well. I'm also a real estate agent. I want to thank Dr. Lance for having me as a celebrity host. I was not planning on speaking, but I just want to say thank you all for coming out, and this has been an amazing event for an amazing cause, and I'm just thankful to be a part of it.
You can't say your new TV show, right?
I can, but I can't actually. I'm coming out on a season 2 of a big show that's on Stars, so look out for me. I'm Peaches. So y'all.
How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
I have seen this gentleman over the last 4 years at almost every event that goes on in California. He flies out here to make sure he represents and supports everything that elevates excellence of black folks here in Southern California. So we want to thank you. Definitely.
I want to thank you for noticing that, because that's the truth. I mean, we have to support one another. We have to show up. And I try to tell young people, if you show up, you go up. Mm-hmm. But you have to show up and support those that need help. And a lot of us need help, and we all benefit from it. And that's why I'm glad to be here today. There's so many wonderful folks here that share the belief of helping one another. And we're going to achieve things. If there are problems out here, we can provide the solutions when we come together.
Well, what I'd like to get from this gentleman before he leaves, and this is really close to my heart. I followed the judge here since I met him. I met him at the Rose. We met back in 2017 through Will Ford.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
And the reason why I'm saying it, we just aired the show last night.
No kidding.
It was the Dramatics.
Do you remember that Love show? It. Heck yeah.
And we're going to rerun it today.
Having fun.
Right. So he came out from Detroit to support. We had a New Year's Eve event at the Rose event, and the Dramatics were headlining, and we just partied, had a good time. He makes his journey out here. What I like for you to share with the viewers is in the wake of Roe versus Wade, in the wake of George Floyd bill not being passed, in the wake of Juneteenth being a federal holiday, why don't you share with the viewers, what do you feel about that as a judge, and how we're going to carry it forward so we can really elevate it? Because you've been around a long time. You've kept me inspired. We've talked about some of these civil rights issues and how they're going to impact people of color. Shed a little light on that.
The big light is that we have to be involved in politics. Every case, every situation you mentioned has something to do with the government, one way or another. And it's beyond us just voting. We have to participate. We have to run for office. Even if we don't win, we have to show that it's important, because if we don't run for office, it means that it's not important to us. So we always have to take that opportunity to go ahead, to run for office, support our government, bring changes, use the system to our benefit. But we all start by getting involved.
And last but not least, I love that answer. How are we going to stay on top of our elected officials when it comes to them being persuaded by the police unions and other things that keep a heavy hand on how much exposure and protection people of color actually get?
Well, first of all, we have to pay attention. And if we pay attention, then we can get involved and take action. But action starts with attention.
I want to thank you, and we're going to need to hook up before you leave,
We
because I know
will.
you're going to be at the BET.
Absolutely.
So I look forward to us getting together before
Me
you
too.
head out. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much. Good to seeing you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Hi, we are here with Devin Kelly, the one and only incredible, should I say, artist,
Yes.
entertainer,
Yes.
and beautiful sunlight of today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, you know, you have it all packaged here. So why don't you share with the viewers really how important is today so that young people can appreciate really what you're going to bring before us today and how they can follow you to see how this evolves after today.
Today is so important. I feel like today is a merging of generations. You know, you have the millennials, you have Generation Z, and you have OGs like Dr. Lance who have created a path for us to not only learn but to take from experience and to watch them as they are activists in the community and as they stand for what's right, and as they show us as artists that we can use our platforms and we can use award shows and other platforms to push what we truly believe in. And I personally have experienced something similar in the Black community that has put me on a level to where my music means more than just music. It actually means the world. You know, I feel like my success would mean something to children that are from Third Ward, Houston, Texas, like myself. So yeah, being here means everything, and I am performing later. So
Well, we're looking forward to that.
Yes.
But what I like for you to share with the viewers really is your connection to the day and really what you hope that kids would understand, because I'm sure you didn't turn into this beautiful princess as you are today within 24 hours. So give them a little bit insight of the commitment and how supporting an organization like the 100 Ferguson Project and how important that is going forward.
supporting the 100 Ferguson Project is so important to me because coming from the Black community and coming from Third Ward, Houston, Texas, my family owns a community center, so I watch the development of Black communities from the bottom to the top. And as of now, my grandmother actually acquired a few million for our community center. She's 90 years old, and so seeing that inspires me as an artist to move forward and to create my own history so I can be in the history books as my grandmother is, and as Dr. Martin Luther King is, and as Dr. Lance and Dr. Bryant will be as well.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, last but not least, before we let you go, give us a little hint what we can expect today in your performance, because you got me all excited. I've been following you, and this is my first time meeting you, so I'm really excited about what we're expecting to see.
Well, you're going to see me performing my new singles. This Cleopatra featuring Starchild Yizo and produced by Starchild Yizo, and also Love, and the acronym for Love is Law of Vibrational Energy. And those are my two new singles. They'll be on my EP called Law of Vibrational Energy. So I'm going to share that with y'all tonight. This morning. It's still morning. I'm used to being on the red carpet at night. I'm going to share y'all share that with y'all this morning. So I'm just super excited to perform and to just be here in the sun. Normally in LA they have us out at nighttime. So it's just like to be able to connect with people when they're fresh energy and a good vibe on BET Awards weekend. It's just amazing.
We just want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for checking out the future queen of and give them again the name of the genre of your music.
The future queen of Afrobeats, the future queen of music, pop music, period.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. Ferguson 1000 started in Ferguson after Mike Brown was left on the ground for over 6 hours. And I wanted to create an economic development platform because I felt that economic development, job creation was the key to protesting, etc. And so we created an organization called Ferguson 1000 to create 1,000 jobs. In doing that, we created a hiring review model where people actually hired on the spot, free haircuts, free suits, expungement services. And we took that model across the country. My business partner, Ray Lewis, Jeff Hoffman, co-founder of Priceline, and we went to Los Angeles, Baltimore, Miami, Las Vegas, all of those places. And this young lady in St. Louis, of course.
Hi, we are here with Tweety, and she is just one of the special guests of the day. And she's going to share a little bit what her engagement about 100 Ferguson is as it relates to today's event.
Well, like this wonderful gentleman has said, my name is Tweety, and I am a brand manager. I represent Marty, which means making a reality that's yours. And we train young software engineers and place them in six-figure jobs. We cover growing areas of engineering, and now we're also covering auto engineering. As a matter of fact, I am the first black female auto shop teacher in LAUSD history, and I'm the first to put a pro shop and a motorsports program into a high school. So what Ferguson 1000 means to us is inspiration. We've been inspired. So we're currently training 1,000 engineers to place into six-figure jobs. And in doing so, we will infuse $100 million into the South LA economy, and we're not going to stop there. So that's our plan.
Wow. Well, let's get into it a little bit more deeper, because I get excited when I can engage in beautiful, intelligent black women who's tying into technology. And the reason I say this to you is because looking at the study of the next 10 years, if African Americans aren't in tune with technology and the role it's going to play, how far back will that impact black growth, black economics?
It would be a complete rollback if we didn't do everything that we possibly could to ensure that our youth is in the front seat, the driving position, pole position, if you will, of technology. In fact, it's our birthright. We invented technology. We need to take it back. So we are instrumental as an organization, and in fact, we are a cluster of organizations, and we have locked arms, and we are actually fighting the digital divide together with generational wealth.
And I'm glad you are touching upon that, because another thing that we are starting to see, and I don't know if you've felt it so far in the technology industry, but we've had a lot of evolution from Sharons to picking nannies, or complaining Sue and things like that. Have you seen any of that to start taking place in the technology industry as of yet?
So I'll tell you quickly that my business partner, Cassie Betts, when she came into the industry in tech over a decade ago, she was often the only black person, let alone woman, in the room. And I'm talking about coding, coding conferences in Silicon Beach, everywhere, all over the world. And every time she showed up, she was the only woman and the only black woman. And together, we kind of came up with this idea, like, we got to kick in these doors. Here, I'm doing automotive technology, and I get the same thing. It's not just the Karens, it's the Chads and the Brads and people that say, well, women don't belong here, and blacks or people of color don't belong in this space. Well, no, we don't accept that. That's beneath our understanding of how our world and our future is going to operate. So we're actually here to say no. We're rolling out the red carpet for our youth, and we're creating generational wealth with our programs. We're one of the only programs that provides a full ecosystem from education to employment. And then we also add financial literacy to that, because what's the point of our youth learning how to make all of this money but not knowing how to invest it well, diversify their funds, and bring that money right back into our community? So yeah, Karen, come on, I got you.
Well, I am so excited, because with your emotion, with your ability to articulate some of the bumps and bruises of the past as we prepare for the future, I think we're going to need a good leader, and certainly some soldiers with some strong foot gear to be in the trenches, because technology is going to open so many doors, being the new gold mine or gold rush foundation of the next century. And if we are not prepared with this cycle, the last 2 recessions plus COVID has definitely shown the Black community they will be greatly impacted.
Absolutely. It actually brings me to the thought about our current campaign, which is Save South Central, Save the World. And it's very close to my heart because our idea is actually to create an education system in South Los Angeles that operates much like interdependent university. And by doing so, we actually disrupt education. And disrupting education at this point is very important because not every youth, not every person is going to go to college, but every person needs a career. And so by teaching youth and even adults in South LA these principles and giving them these opportunities, we're saving South Central, but guess what? We're really saving the world because these are the people, these are the souls that will grow up and go outside of the limitations and boundaries of South Central to save the world. In the country, in the companies that allow us to place our youth and our program graduates into their ecosystem, they're global. We're talking about Best Buy, we're talking about Microsoft, we're talking about Annenberg, AT&T, and there's so many more, and we're going right after them. Our automotive program just partnered with Hidden Garages, Ford, Shelby, NASA, Shelby American. These aren't doors that were open to our kids. So yeah, Save South Central, save the world. Help us save South Central so that our youth can be the ones out there at the front line of every opportunity in tech. We are the inventors of tech. We own this. We're just taking it back.
Wow. Well, let's enroll in her course because that's going to be the way of the future. And I just want to thank you so much. And I just think you just prepared your next campaign.
Thank you so much.
So thank you.
Thank you so
and
much.
I appreciate it.
Please stay in touch with us. You can find us online, Instagram, marty.world, as well as our education program, Made in South LA. That's misla.org. And I'm Tweety with PHX Brand Agency. I represent all of these organizations. And if you have an organization that's a social impact or a social enterprise and you need to figure out things like how to do all of your due diligence, how to get funding, how to keep your doors open, how to grow your program, hit me up at PHX Brand Agency on Instagram.
We would definitely do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I have the secret weapon of today. And this man, we're gonna call him Rob because he's gonna lay some heavy stuff on us today, how important it is to understand technology, the power of the future, and to make things happen right now. Give him a little insight, Rob.
But definitely, first and foremost, creating content for any business that you have is most important. Now, technology is out of this world now, and with the different apps that are coming out and the different ways to create apps and the ability to create apps it's a untapped market that's being tapped, but there's so much more potential for it. So I had an amazing time at this brunch.
You're about to share with all those viewers who's watching you here on the red carpet in Beverly Hills on a beautiful Saturday afternoon with all these incredible folks. What's going to be the secret to moving forward so everybody can have an equity stake in technology and getting a piece of the pie?
Being getting involved. You have to get involved. Like if someone would have got involved in Facebook, let's say Zuckerberg came to you and said, "Hey, would you join my team?" Right before he dropped Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So those different apps and those opportunities, you have to jump on. You know, we have Venue GPS, an app that's experts are slating to be the next one. You know, so those are the type of apps that you do your homework on, and you definitely invest. Figure out what you can invest in and get a good return on. You got to do your homework.
Well, we certainly appreciate it, and we're going to stay in contact because, you know, we figure you got a lot of insight on software, apps, and a man who flew in from Detroit?
St. Louis.
St. Louis to be here in Beverly Hills on this beautiful 3-day weekend celebrating Black excellence with BET. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I appreciate the interview. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right.
We are back with Lene Harris, and she's got a big surprise for us today because she's unveiling her new should we say, intro to 100 Ferguson and really how it's going to impact the future?
Absolutely. Building generational wealth. What is infinite banking? It's secrets exposed of the ultra rich. What are the Rockefellers doing? The Walmarts of the world. They're taking their money and they're putting it into insurance policies that is going to create generational wealth. That generational wealth of building legacy, the generational wealth of building the empire that is going to start the generations that are going to come after us, that are going to be established from a foundation of wealth. Trust fund babies, the secrets exposed.
So being exposed, why don't you give a little insight what we can expect to gain from this information? And I know it's not a lot of reading, but there should be some templates so we can run to the local bookstore or how they can order your book.
Absolutely. So I am now on Barnes & Noble. I'm also on Amazon. You can order my books, but what I love about that one-on-one, I'm here, I'm available, I'm your agent for life. I will walk you through it. I have some YouTube channels out there where it will educate you on infinite banking. Imagine being able to take your hard-earned income and recycle your money. So if I get paid $1,000 a week, I can take that money, put it into a policy, and still have access to that money, and that money continues to grow while it's sitting in a permanent residence. I don't have to report it to the IRS. I don't have to pay monthly structured payments on it. I can pay it back when I feel like it. However, I'm creating a legacy that will live on beyond myself. So if the Rockefellers can do it, so can you.
So last but not least, why don't you share with them how they can order the book, where they can find it, and make sure that if you're going to have any kind of book signing, this is the time to let them know.
I am at clinsurancegroup.com. Lene Harris, What is Infinite Banking? clinsurancegroup.com. Find me there. I'm going to be in September doing a book signing for the local native Detroiters. Also, I have YouTube channels, clinsurancegroup.com.
And we want to thank you so much. And make sure you follow this young lady because she's going to be the next pioneer of the future. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
It feels good to say I love you and mean it from your heart, because love is what love does, right? And so being represented here today, I want to cry. I want to give a shout back out to Mr. Norman. I've seen this man in action. I know what he has done and what he is doing in the communities. I've been in the trenches with him, in the prison systems with him, teaching on. I have about 5 books out there just giving back that synergy that you guys are all showing here today. And no experience necessary. The secrets in real estate that most people don't even want you to know. I have 30 years experience in an industry that we still are not even tapping the resources that are out there. And during the pandemic, I was exposed to what is infinite banking. For me, I wrote a book because that has to be shared throughout our community. If the Rockefellers are doing it, Warren Buffett, Walmart, setting up policies on employees, and they don't even know they have policies on their lives, but they're using the money to recycle the wealth that's being generated and populated out here in the world right now. So if we're spending money, we need to have it in a permanent residence. That permanent residence is in insurance policies. And if that money can sit in an insurance policy and never be touched. I told a gentleman earlier, if I gave you a penny and that penny was allowed to sit for 30 days, just one penny, allowed to sit for 30 days and double is $5.3 million. And if I give you that same penny and say, you know what, let it sit for 15 days, it's $163. 20 days is only $5,200. But if I can wait 10 more days and I will have $5.3 million, but the average person, we consume and we buy because it's all about the status, when it has to be about the generational legacy, the wealth, the real wealth that's out there. So each one teach one. This is the meat and potatoes. It don't get no easier and simpler than a simple read on what is infinite banking. So thanks to my crew, I brought my niece, my nephew, my son, my assistant out here all the way from the Motor City, and Judge Strong representing all the way from Detroit to share the knowledge that Andre Norman Academy of Hope has put this awesome, amazing type of, collaboration, people that are doing things, those that want to see something done, and how can we all come together and build the wealth. Now we can start building the empires and the stock market and whatever it is that we choose to do, but we have it from a platform of having that money there and still never being touched, but having access to it. Can you imagine that? No bills, no way of having to pay it back. That is where the legacy starts. When you have money and you have no structured payments on when you have to pay it back, but you still have access to it. That's infinite banking at a whole nother level. I'm grateful to God, and I just want to say thank you, Father, for just allowing this opportunity to stand before you today. So thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
I just want to say once again, thanks for everybody for getting here. RSVP, that was me getting on your nerves. You got on my nerves, got you here. So basically, I am the owner and creator of Ecom Hacks. What we do is teach small businesses and people, because we need people. I'm in the people business, how to navigate through the digital realm. And I do 3 areas: website revamps, social media marketing, and educating on one-on-one online business. How to understand your digital real estate, that is your website. How to maneuver, how to leverage automations, text messages, emails. How to make money with this device in the palm of your hands. Has to be mobile friendly, desktop friendly, and tablet friendly. So I am a Shopify partner and a Shopify expert. I have revamped over 200 websites in less than 18 months.
200, give a round of applause.
So, and 85% are black businesses. Because in our communities, I'm from Philly, we don't have people teaching us about digital stuff, how to do wealth and stuff like that. Either 2 ways, you're an athlete or you're a ball player, so we use the other side. So I tell people, your business, your asset, how do we leverage that? How do we take it from the physical to the digital? So if you have a website, just free evaluation, feel free to reach out to me. My office is located DTLA, 221 East 12th Street. I'm right there in Santiago, Fashion District, and enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Give another round of applause. This is what rehab does. Not alcohol rehab.
Hey, what's going on, man? This is your boy Young Music, man. We out here at the red carpet, man. We enjoying ourselves at the Billionaire Brunch. We litty out here, man. I'm right here, Our Society TV.
Hi, this is Alan Shea signing out from Beverly Hills. Thank you for joining us today on Our Society Show. Thank you, thank you, thank you.